Today about how an 8-year-old Palmdale boy was killed from someone who says he saw it happen. His brother. He testified at the trial of his mother's boyfriend. CBS 2's Dave Lopez is outside the downtown LA courtroom with this heartbreaking testimony. Dave.
Gabriel was forced to sleep in night after night. He called it the box. Question: do you remember seeing the defendant and your mom put Gabriel in the box? Yes. They would put handcuffs on the door to the box. What else? They would wrap a bandana around his mouth. Sometimes they would put a sock in his mouth. My mom's boyfriend hit him with a belt, he said. The metal part. Where? In the arms, legs, back. Sometimes he used a metal hanger. How often? A lot. He then said one time Aguirre hit him with a bat. I saw his teeth get knocked out. I saw lots of blood. And he told the jury how he saw Aguirre shoot his little brother over and over with a BB gun. Question: did you see the defendant shoot Gabriel? Yes. Where? In his legs and arms. What would Gabriel do? Scream and cry. Where else did the defendant shoot Gabriel? In the groin. During his entire testimony, Ezekiel, who was 12 years old when he witnessed all this,
innocence shattered, a system that failed, and a tragedy that shook a nation. This is the harrowing story of Gabriel Fernandez, an 8-year-old boy whose life was stolen by the very people meant to protect him. Gabriel Fernandez was born on February 20th, 2005, in Palmdale, California. Despite a rough start in life, Gabriel's bright smile hid the struggles he endured behind closed doors. When he was just a few months old, his mother, Pearl Fernandez, gave him up to relatives, claiming she couldn't care for him. Gabriel was raised by his great-uncle and his partner for the first years of his life, a time when he reportedly thrived in a loving environment. But Gabriel's life took a dark turn when, at the age of 7, he was returned to his mother's care, alongside her boyfriend, Isauro Aguirre. What followed would reveal a horrifying pattern of abuse. Pearl Fernandez and Isauro Aguirre subjected Gabriel to unimaginable torture. He was beaten, burned, forced to eat cat litter, and locked in a small cupboard for days. His teachers at school noticed his injuries, burn marks, bruises, and signs of malnutrition. Concerned, they reported these to Child Protective Services, but shockingly, no effective action was taken. Despite repeated warnings, social workers and law enforcement failed to intervene. Gabriel's cries for help went unanswered. This failure would have devastating consequences. On May 22, 2013, Gabriel's mother called 911, claiming her son was not breathing. Emergency responders found Gabriel unconscious, his small body covered in injuries. He was rushed to the hospital, but the damage was irreversible. Gabriel passed away 2 days later, his injuries so severe that doctors were horrified. The autopsy revealed a fractured skull, broken ribs, BB pellets lodged in his body, and burns, clear evidence of long-term abuse. Pearl Fernandez and Isauro Aguirre were arrested and charged with first-degree murder, with special circumstances of torture. During the trial, graphic details of their abuse shocked the nation. Aguirre, described as the primary abuser, was sentenced to death in 2018. Pearl received a life sentence without parole. But the story doesn't end there. 4 social workers who failed to act were also charged with child abuse and falsifying public records, though their charges were later dismissed. Gabriel's tragic death sparked outrage and calls for reform in the child welfare system. His story has become a symbol of the need for greater accountability and vigilance in protecting vulnerable children. In the years since his death, advocacy groups have worked tirelessly to prevent similar tragedies, ensuring Gabriel's story serves as a wake-up call to society. Gabriel Fernandez's life was tragically short, but his legacy endures. As we remember this innocent boy, let us strive to protect those who cannot protect themselves. Thank you for watching Case Files Revealed. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as we continue to uncover stories that matter. Together we can bring awareness and demand justice for victims like Gabriel.